I read something very interesting a few days ago. A few days ago, I read something from a brother who is on the Dragon's Path. But he had a very interesting experience that is similar to mine. And that I experienced Lucifer as a very beautiful dragon, as a one. Can you imagine actually something so damn beautiful that you just cannot take your eyes from it? So beautiful that it was. But yeah, that was my experience with a dragon that introduced himself as Lucifer. But this man was saying that was experiencing in a dream that he met just a very beautiful dragon, just like me, but introduced himself as Jesus. And yeah, that is very human to say, oh wow, that is just ridiculous. Human. I mean, Jesus was a guy with a beard and a long robe, and I don't care about him. But he was saying some very interesting points that was very similar to my meeting with this dragon that is calling himself Lucifer. And I was actually shocked that I was reading it. I read a lot of similar points, similar feelings, similar emotions that I had when I came before Lucifer and Leviathan, which also is seen as some kind of a demon or something, or one of the kings of hell. But in fact, Leviathan, when Leviathan came before me, I had doubts. I didn't had this when I was coming before Lucifer. When I came before Lucifer, or this man came before this dragon that introduced himself as Jesus, I didn't had this with Leviathan. Leviathan was strict. Leviathan knew what to do. Leviathan didn't had to do like I'm like this, I'm like that. No, Leviathan says I'm here. And a lot of people, of course, say to me, you don't have to listen to this because Leviathan is not real. Leviathan is not a real dragon god. But I experienced him or her as a dragon god. I experienced Leviathan as a dragon god, but not in the beginning. In the beginning, I was saying, am I worshipping some kind of a devil or a demon? I was afraid of Leviathan in the beginning. I was afraid of him. I was afraid of the darkness that he showed me, but this darkness was only my own darkness that he showed me, not his, but mine. And that is how Leviathan introduced himself to me. That was showing me a mirror. Here is your darkness. And so Leviathan, with all of us, he leaves something of himself behind, and it will always stay with us. Leviathan will always be the judge of the void, showing us the way inside of the gates. But on the other hand, Lucifer, that came before me, was not like him at all. He was a resident. He was also a traveler, coming inside of it, coming inside of his void, inside of the womb of the dragon, inside of the womb of Leviathan. And so he was there for since forever. But it was, you have to know something. Leviathan's void is not hell. Leviathan's void is a realm, a dimension between dimensions, wherever it's going to be decided, where you have to go, where the spirits need to go. And some unfortunate souls, of course, remain with Leviathan, not because of punishment, but because they don't have a place to go. And this is the realm of lost souls, not of punishment, but they don't have a way to go. And so it was a very interesting take on the Dragon's Path to see all of these well-known names inside of religions coming back inside of the Dragon's Path. The Dragon's Path can be very, very large, very open, so that that all of these well-known names, such as Jesus, such as Lucifer, such as all of these names, can be seen as dragons. And I didn't expect this, because whenever I was on the beginning of my path, I was asking my dragon, is everything human? I mean, whenever I see a Jesus, I see a human. Whenever I see a Lucifer, I see a human. Whenever I see whatever the humans are worshipping, I see humans. So I don't care about humans. They are destroying everything. I mean, every day, every single day, I am ashamed to have a human face before of my dragon. It is not because my dragon make me feel like this, but because I make me feel like this. I felt the dragon. I felt their divine energies. I felt their divine powers. I mean, this, because of this, what I feel sometimes ashamed to have a human face. And yet humanity is constantly making from all of these deities and gods, making a human face. And so that was so strange. That was so strange for a lot of people, that they even invited me for a radio interview, so that I see my gods and spirits not as a human face, but as a dragon, as for them an animal. And that they didn't see this. They didn't see this coming. That a lot of people sometimes in this world, that they don't care about gods with a human face. That they just see it as something false, that it's not real. That I knelt down actually before a dragon face. A dragon face. And if people would say that this Jesus was actually a dragon, then actually I would believe in all of this Christianity. But I don't, because it's a story, a history of humans. Humans. And I just don't believe it. They are not gods. They are just animals. They are just beings. We are just animals, just beings. And so whenever I met Lucifer and Leviathan, it was a completely different thing. They are not the same at all. It can be greater. The you know, it cannot be greater, the distance between them. The distance is very large, and so the energies are very also distant from each other. So the Leviathan and Lucifer are completely different beings, but are very well known inside of religion. And so it is sometimes being said that because of religion you have to stay away from certain spirits, because the first thing that I ever did when I was before Lucifer, whenever he introduced himself as Lucifer, even though it's a very beautiful very beautiful dragon, you know, the most beautiful thing you've ever seen that is alive in before you, whenever he introduced himself as some kind of particular name that you know that is being known as the devil, Lucifer, that you just take a step back. Even though it's a very beautiful and very nice, very gentle dragon, you take a step back because he introduced himself as Lucifer. That is what you shouldn't do on the dragon's path. That it's all about experience, about what you feel, about what you experience. It's everything. That is what the dragon's path is. Don't let other people say what you have to feel. That is my biggest mistake, that I take a step back, and so that that Lucifer was seeing this, that I was afraid, that I showed fear, even though I wanted to come with them, I wanted to be with them. And so with my dragon as well, when my dragon came in 2005 on November 28th, my dragon came to me 2005. I didn't completely accepted my dragon. I didn't want to accept my dragon. I didn't want to accept Lucifer. I didn't want to accept Leviathan. I didn't want to accept even Tiamat. And so all of these dragons that I wanted to embrace, I wanted to follow them, yet there was so much doubt that I didn't want to do it, just because of everything that I heard, because of what they said to me. And yet it was all said by people who never had experience in this. I said to people who wanted to change me inside of religion, most of the time they say, things like this, like you have to change, you have to let all of these dragon fall, you don't have to do this. And I said, why are you saying this? Have you any experience inside of this spirituality? They said no, but I know what I have to do. No, they don't know what they have to do. They never had any experience on the dragon's path. The dragon's path is a left-hand spiritual path. Wherever you want or have to follow whatever you are feeling. Whatever you are feeling, you follow them. And whenever you are following, you are going to experience. Whenever you follow the dragon, you are going to experience everything that you want to do, everything that you are led to do. And that is the whole point of the dragon's path, that you are led to do what you want. So I wanted to follow the dragon. And so whatever your dragon is saying, or whenever you are hearing, it can be, and I'm not saying, every dragon's path is different. I've met Lucifer, and this man met Jesus, but not the Jesus with a beard or a lamb or whatever is cliche, but this Jesus came before him as a very beautiful dragon, saying to come with him, saying to be with him. And that can be a very much as I have met Lucifer. So I shouldn't say, oh no, that is not true because Jesus is just stupid. I cannot say this. I cannot say because I've never met someone or a dragon that introduced himself as Jesus. I didn't. I shouldn't say this. We shouldn't say this. But if you ever meet a dragon that introduced himself as some kind of Jesus or Leviathan or Lucifer or whatever, and it feels good to be with them, then go with them, follow them, be the follower of a dragon, not religion. Just follow your own instincts and follow your happiness, follow your mind. That is the whole point of the dragon's path, that you follow your own self, accept them and follow the dragon. That is the whole point of it. Follow the dragon, and you don't have to look at how people look at them. They don't have any experience on this path. They don't have any experience. It's all about your experience. So also the feelings that you have, the feelings and your experience. It's all about that, and that is all what counts. So, Dragon Jesus, it can be sometimes that it can be sounding ridiculous, but after I met Lucifer as the most beautiful dragon that I've ever seen, I don't laugh at things like this anymore. I don't. On the contrary, I believe very much that everything that we see is the dragon. Everything. So wherever these names come from, wherever the stories are coming from, it comes from somewhere who experienced it. But is of course being said by the people who don't experience this. And of course, most of the time, it becomes human. So this guy on a cross, that is not the Jesus what my brother was saying. That was not the Jesus what my brother was experiencing. That was not the guy on the cross. That was not with all of these what the Bible said. No, it was not that. It was just this beautiful dragon that he was seeing. That he didn't believe as well that Lucifer was the devil or something, but it was all the dragon, all a story about the dragon, so that he followed the dragon as well. Your experience is everything.